Hello and welcome. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. We're going to get started with our practice today. Grab your block, grab your strap. You might need it during this practice. We are going to have some fun. But first, let's come to our breath. Let's get ourselves ready for our day. Grounding yourself. We're going to start with our breath. Doing our Ujjayi breathing. Let's inhale in through the nose. Exhale, close mouth. Inhale in. Exhale, close mouth. 2 more times. Inhale, breathe in. And exhale, close mouth. Last one. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, release. Take your right ear down onto your right shoulder. Take your right hand across to your opposite shoulder. Feel that stretch. Remember to lower that opposite shoulder down. Release your hand, come back up to neutral. Going over to the opposite side. Again, you can take that hand across. Take one more stretch. And when you're ready, release, come back to neutral. Take your chin down towards your chest. Allow your shoulders to release down, finding length within your collarbone. And on your inhale, come back up. Bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. Rest your head on the back. And coming back to center. Just let your body release here. Maybe give it a little bit of a rock from left to right. And we're going to get up and we're going to get started. Let's come to our cat-cows. All right, as we come up for our cat-cows, we're going to take your hands shoulder distance apart. Take your knees hip distance apart. Bring your shoulders right over your wrists, knees right underneath of your hips. We're going to first rock our bodies from left to right. We're feeling the beat, right? I said we're waking our bodies up, having a little bit of a mini dance party. Let's start making that rock from left to right. Our circles, bringing circles in our hips. We're releasing all of the snap, crackle, pops. Waking your body up. We're grateful that we woke up this morning. And when we get back up to the top, we're going to pause and go the opposite way with our circles. Taking one more revolution around. And when you're done, come back to the center. Square up your hips. We're going to inhale, lower the belly, bring the gaze up for our cow pose. And on that exhale, reverse, tuck the tailbone into the chest and come to your cat pose. Press into the tops of your feet, press away with your fingers. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, arch. 2 more just like this. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Coming to a neutral pose here, just allowing your body to get nice and comfortable. We're going to take that right leg out, extend it behind us, square your hips off. So instead of bringing your hips up to the side, square your hips down, taking that foot out, flexing your toes down towards the mat. Allow your body to get centered here. We're coming through, we're getting the strength within the arms as well as the core. You're zipping up your core, you're engaging your leg. And on that exhale, lower down, give it a little rock. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Again, square your hips and bring it up. Again, building through that strength within your leg as well as your core. lower the leg down, give your knees a rock. So we're going to add our arms into that combination. So let's go back onto the right. So take the right leg out, take your left arm out in front. Adjust yourself, anchor yourself. We're having balance. We're stretching our body forward and stretching our body back. And on that exhale, we're going to arch the spine, take the elbow to the knee, and bring it back out. Bring it in. And back out. And 5. And out. And 4. And 3. Keep going. And 2. And last 1. Hold it in. Take 1 full cycle of breath. Tuck it in. Take it out. And lower it down. Give your body a rock from left to right. That right arm should be burning. Let's go to the left side. So again, we're going to shift the weight. Get nice and square. Take your left leg out behind you. Extend it out. Taking your right hand, extend your right hand out in front of you. And on that inhale, we arch up, knee to elbow, and take it back out. And arch it in. And back out. And 5. And 4. And 3. You got it. Keep going. 2. Last 1. Take it out. Lower down. Give your body a rock from left to right. We're going to take our knees out as wide as our mat. Big toes to touch. Push back to your child's pose. Bring your hands out in front. Forehead down on the mat. Let your body relax here. Open up your hips. We're going to walk our hands over to our right side. Feeling your stretch along your side body. And then over to your left side. Taking your forearms down. Taking your forehead down towards the mat. Get a full stretch. Get as deep as you can. Taking your chest onto the mat. And coming back to center. Gently walk your hands towards your head. Press up. We're in a wide seated pose on our knees. If this is too much, feel free to grab a block. Take your hands behind you. Gonna lift up through the chest, just a counter stretch. We'll come back to this pose and get a little bit deeper. But right now, we'll just open up the chest. Just lift up through your chest. You don't have to lift your body just yet. And on that exhale, come forward. We're going to plant our hands down. Bring your knees back together. Tuck your toes. Push back for our first downward facing dog. Now this is our first one, so feel free, paddle your feet out here. Bending opposite knees. Keep going. And take your heels to stillness. Rock your head with the beat. Shaking your head yes and no. Push back. Walk the gaze up the leg. It's all right if you rock to the beat. And bring the gaze towards your hands. Walk your feet to the top of your mat. Come into a forward fold. We're going to sway from left to right. Bringing your body to stillness, coming into your forward fold. Shift the weight into the balls of your feet. Bring your nose towards your knees. And on that inhale, press into the feet. Bring your arms up overhead, extended mountain pose here. Bring your hands to touch. On that exhale, forward fold, we're going to go into our sun salutations. Flat back. Plant your hands down on the mat, step back, and we'll flow through. We'll meet in downward facing dog. If you don't want to flow through and come down, you can always push directly back to your downward facing dog. And we all meet here for 2 breaths. And on that next inhale, bring your gaze towards your hands. Walk your feet to the top of the mat. Come to a forward fold. On your inhale, come all the way up. Bring your arms overhead, extended mountain. Right back into it, warming our body up, forward fold. Flat back. Plant your hands down, step back, and flow. Bringing your elbows in if you're coming down. And we all meet in downward facing dog. Maybe give it a little rock. Taking our breaths. Bring your gaze towards your hands. Walk your feet to the top of the mat. Forward fold. On your inhale, come all the way up. Arms overhead, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold, right back into it. Flat back. Planting your hands down, step back and flow through. Press back to downward facing dog. You can rock it out. Take 2 more breaths. Bring your gaze towards your hands. Walk your feet towards your hands. Forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. This is our last sun salutation A. Let's make it count. Flat back. Plant your hands, step back, and flow through. Giving your body a rock. Take your breaths. Tuck your chin into your chest. Press away with your fingers. Bring the gaze towards your hands. You have the option to walk, step, or jump. If you'd like to jump, you can put a bend into your knees and jump forward. Come into your forward fold. On your inhale, come all the way up. Press into your feet. Extended mountain. Bring your arms overhead. Bringing your hands to touch. We're going to bring our hands, take the energy in the middle of our hands. We're going to take our right hand, hold on to our left wrist, and we're going to hinge towards the right side. Feel that stretch. Press into your feet. See if you can turn your gaze up towards the ceiling as you stack your shoulders. Inhale, come back up to center. Release your hands. Hold on to the opposite wrist and hinge to the opposite side. Again, stacking your shoulders. Set that gaze up towards the ceiling. Feel that stretch on your shoulders, your side body. And come back up to center. Release the hands down. We're back at the top of our mat. We're going to bend our knees and have a seat in our chair. Allow your spine to be nice and long. Press into the feet. On your exhale, forward fold. Flat back. Plant your hands down, step back, and flow through. take a moment here. Take 2 breaths. We're going to lift our right leg up towards the sky. Let's bend it open for a 3-legged dog. Lift up, open your hips. Keep your hands square to the front of your mat. Keep your knee bent, arch your spine, bring it through to frame the hands. We're going to pivot our back foot, come up for warrior 1. Press into your front foot, be on the back edge of your pinky toe. Bend into your front knee. See if you can get a little bit deeper. On your exhale, keep the bend in the knee. Open up, warrior 2. Nice strong arms. Lift through the chest. Spread out your hands. Bring your gaze right over your front ring finger. Keep that bend in the knee. We're going to inhale and reverse our warrior. Take the back hand down. Bring the gaze up towards the front hand. Gaze up towards the ceiling. On that exhale, we're going to windmill our hands down. Step back and flow through. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. I'm going to take the left leg up towards the sky. Bend it open for our 3-legged dog. Open up your hip. And arch the spine. Bring the foot through to frame your hands. Pivot your back foot. Warrior 1 on your left. Maintain the bend in the front knee. On that exhale, open up to a warrior 2. Lift through the chest. Keep the gaze over your ring finger. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Set the gaze up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, windmill your hands down. Step back and flow through. Press away with the fingers. Take your 2 breaths. And if you'd like to revisit that jump, you can put a bend into your knees, jump to the front of your mat, and sit in your chair. Allow your spine to be long. Sink down, keep the weight into your heels. And on your exhale, hinge forward. Bring your hands down. Come into a flat back. Plant your hands down, step back and flow through. Press away. We're going to take our right leg, bring it up towards the sky, bend the knee, arch the spine, bring it through. Warrior 1. Bend into your front knee. See if you can get a little bit lower this time. Exhale, open up warrior 2. Lift through the chest. Inhale to reverse. And on that exhale, side angle. Whatever side angle variation, down onto your forearm or completely down onto the mat. Feel free to invite a block as you lift up through the chest. Bring the gaze up towards the ceiling. Extend the arm to overhead. See if we can take 2 breaths here. Keep breathing. And on your inhale, reverse your warrior. Keep the bend into the knee. Exhale, windmill your hands down. Step back and flow through. Press away with your fingertips. On your inhale, take your left leg up. Bend it, bring it through to frame the hands. Pivot your back foot. Warrior 1 on your left. Again, let's see if we can get a little bit deeper this time. Exhale, open up to your warrior two. Lift up through the chest. Reversing your warrior. And windmilling down, coming to a side angle or bringing your arm all the way down, taking your hand down to the mat. Lift up through the chest. Continue to breathe. And on your inhale, reverse the warrior. And when you're ready, windmill your hands down. We're going to step back and flow through. Push back to a downward facing dog. This time we're going to walk the hands to the back of our mat. Put a bend into your knee and sit in your chair. Keep breathing. See if you can sink in a little bit deeper. And on the exhale, bring yourself to stand. Come back to the top of your mat. Allow your body to just hinge here for a second. Get nice and grounded. Come back to your breath. So you're at the top of your mat. Coming to our mountain pose, we're going to look down at our feet. Are our feet hip distance apart? Slight bend into the knees, our shoulder is back. Just giving ourselves that moment to come back to our breath. Now, if you have a wall or a chair nearby, you can make that handy. We're going to set our drishti point, something that's right in front of us. We're going to shift the weight into the right foot and hug in the left. Hug it in. Release the shoulders. You're going to press into all four corners of your feet. Hug it in here. And on that exhale, release the hands. Slowly let the foot fall down. Shake it out. Very nice. Shift the weight. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Focusing on that drishti point, holding on if you need to. When you're ready, hug your right knee in towards your chest. We're using our left leg for stability to keep us going. Keep going. You got it. And on that exhale, release your hands. Let the leg fall down nice and slow. And shake it out. Very nice. All right, we're going to turn our feet out nice and wide. Come to the side of your mat. Turning your heels in, your toes out. We're going to inhale, bring the arms up overhead. On the exhale, we bend down, squat down, bring the hands down. Bring it to prayer pose here. Take a moment, lift through the chest. And inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. We're going to bring the hands down as we squat down, bringing the hands to prayer, right in the center of our bodies. Lift through your chest. Keep going. Maybe you can get a little deeper. And inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, squat down. Very nice. Take 2 breaths. Lift up through the chest. And inhale, take it up. Exhale, we're going to bring the hands down as we squat down, this time taking our hands onto our hip. On that exhale, we're going to bring our knees and our legs to straighten, pivot the toes forward, and we're going to fold wide into the center of our mat. Allow your head to relax down. Look behind you. Let your body sway from left to right, putting a bend into opposite knees. Letting your body just rock from left to right. Bringing your body to stillness. We're going to walk our hands over to the left side. Taking our right hand on top or right beside of our left foot, take your left hand to your hip, turn your gaze up towards the ceiling. So we're introducing a little bit of a stretch here, a little bit of a twist. Feel that stretch in your body, in your shoulders. Feel free if you'd like to have a block. You can also place your hands on a block as well. On your exhale, lower down your left hand. We're going to walk back to center. Take a brief pause, see if we can get a little lower. And then walk our hands over to the right side. Taking our left hand to the outside of the right foot, taking our right hand onto our hip, bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. Invite a twist in the body. Again, if you need a block, feel free. Grab a block. And on that exhale, release the right hand down, come back to center. See if you can get a little bit deeper within your stretch. We're going to place our hands on our hips. And nice and slow, we're going to come up to standing one vertebrae at a time. Our head is going to come up last. We're going to heel toe our feet back together, back to our mountain pose. Release our hands, walk to the top of our mat. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back here. Plant your hands down onto the mat as we step back and flow through. Push back to your downward facing dog. We're going to take our right leg up towards the sky. Bring it to the outside of the right hand. Come into our lizard pose. Lower your body and your hips down. Feel free to stay in this position here, or if you'd like to drop your knee, you're welcome to do so. Whatever one that feels comfortable to you, wherever you are in the practice today. We're going to bring that front foot to the pinky toe edge, open up your hip. We're going to bring our opposite hand in towards the center. Press away with your hand on your thigh. Again, you can come down on your knee to press away a little bit easier. And coming back. We're going to come down onto our forearm if it's available. Again, turning our right hand to the thigh, press away. Lift the shoulder. And come back. Come up onto your hands, tuck your back toe, lift the knee up, press back into a plank pose here. Take one full cycle of breath and push back to a downward facing dog. We're going to lift the left leg up towards the sky, bring it to the outside of the left hand, coming to our lizard pose on our left. Readjust wherever you need to. Drop the knee if you need to as well. We're going to bring our left hand to the outside of the thigh, open it up, look up towards the ceiling. And then on that exhale, lower your body down onto your forearms or your block. And then we're going to press away again, getting a little bit deeper into the posture. Open up your hips. Lift up through your chest. And come back. Bring your hands up. Tuck your back toe. Push back to a downward facing dog. Paddle your feet out here. Bring your gaze towards your hands. Walk, step, or jump to the top of your mat. Forward fold. We're going to plant our hands down onto the mat. You're welcome to step your right foot up, coming into a half moon. You can keep your left hand down on a block or on the mat. You can lift your right arm up towards the sky. Lift up as high as you can get. Turn your gaze if you can. And lower back down to your forward fold. We're going to do the same thing on the left side. So we're going to take our left leg and bring it behind us. Take your left hand and bring your body up. Open up your body here. And lower your body back down. Come back to your forward fold. On that exhale, we're going to plant our hands down. We're going to step back into a child's pose here. Come back, bring your hips back. Let your chest soften. We're going to take our hands to prayer right overhead. Our elbows are right in line with our forehead. And we're going to lift our hands up. Take our hands behind our head. Stretch the back of your arms. Open up your shoulders. Walk your elbows out if that's available. Getting deeper into the stretch. And when you're ready, release your hands back down. We're going to walk our hands towards our head. Press up back into our hands on our knees. We're back into the posture that we said we would revisit. Taking our hands behind us. Lifting up through the chest. Now, you have two options here if you like to place your hands on blocks. You can do that as well, just to give your body a little bit of a lift. And when you're ready, we're going to lift the hips up towards the sky. Lifting your body up. Press the hips forward. So the block is going to help you to lift up a little bit higher. You can also do it down. You can take your hands on your feet. You can take your hands on your heels. Take one more full cycle of breath. And on your exhale, come back down. Come back to your child's pose. We're going to take our hands in towards our head. We're going to push up into a tabletop position. Take your knees right underneath your hips. Place your hands right under your shoulders. We're going to take our right arm up towards the sky. Sweep it up and thread your hand underneath. Take your shoulder down onto the mat. Your forehead comes down. You can walk your hand up, feeling a stretch on both sides. We're going to walk the top hand back up towards our head. Press the right hand back up overhead. On that exhale, take it down. We're going to swap onto the other side. So take your left arm up overhead. On that exhale, thread it underneath. Come down onto your mat. You can walk your hand up overhead. Taking your hand back towards your head, press into the hand as you lift your left arm back up overhead. On that exhale, lower your hand down. We're going to come and bring our knees over towards the side. Come down onto your bottom. Sweeping your feet up towards the front of your mat. Shimmy your body towards the front. We're going to tuck our tailbone under. Feel free to grab your knees on the way back and rock all the way back. Come onto your back. Give your knees a rock from left to right. Just feeling that lower back. Releasing any tension from your lower back. Giving your body a little massage here. We're going to take our feet down onto the mat, knees bent. Your toes are going to be tracked forward, walking your heels in. We're going to take our right leg, cross it over our left, press away with the knee, coming into a wide figure four cross here. We're going to do our pigeon on our back. So inhale, hug your knee into your chest. Thread your hands on the back of your left thigh. Hug it in. Continue to breathe. You can flex both feet back, engaging your legs. I want you to release your hands, still keep the knee in towards your chest. Take your hands out to a T. We're going to let the right leg fall over, cross the body, let it come down. Feel that stretch on your hip. Turn your gaze away from your knees. Letting your body completely surrender into the twist. And on your inhale, we're going to bring our knee back up to center. Hug it back into our chest. And then lower your foot down. Uncross your knee. Give it a rock from left to right. Taking your knees to stillness. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Cross the left leg over. Bring it away from your body. We're going to hug our knee into the chest. Threading our hands behind the back of our right thigh. Hug it in. Flexing both toes back towards our body. Continue to breathe. Take one more full cycle of breath. And when you're ready, release your hands out to a T. We're going to let our foot fall over to the opposite side. Turn your gaze away from your knees. Let your shoulders surrender. Let your body come back to the breath. Take 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, we're going to hug the knee, bring it back in towards the chest, and then let it come down. Uncross your leg, rock your knees from left to right. We're going to hug in our right leg as we lower down our left, hugging it all the way in, and then crossing it over our body. Letting our knee come down. Take your right hand behind you, out to a T. Take your left hand onto your thigh. Let your hip open up. Turn your gaze away from your knee. on that inhale, come back, bring your knee back in. We're going to swap it out, bring the left in, lower the right. Hugging your foot in. As you gently cross it over your body, letting your knee fall. Taking your left hand out to a T. Taking your right hand onto your thigh. Feeling that stretch on your hip. Continue to breathe. And when you're ready, we're going to hug the knee back into the chest. We're going to take our right knee back in, give them both a little rock from left to right. Press the feet onto the mat, knees bent. Walking your heels in towards your glutes as much as possible. Take your fingertips down. See if you can touch your heels. If you can't touch your heels, feel free to bring your elbows in. Take your hands out, bring in maybe a fist or your robot arms. We're going to set the toes straight in front of us. We're going to bring our gaze up towards the ceiling. We're going to press into the feet as we lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Press into your elbows. If your elbows are down, if your hands are down, press into your hands. Lift through, lift your glutes. Allow your body to come up. Continue to breathe. Press into your feet. Engage your quads. See if you can lift up a little bit higher. And when you're ready, lower your body down. Hug your knees into your chest. Give it a rock from left to right. And when you're ready, bring your feet down. We're going to do that one more time. Walk your heels in towards your glutes. Whatever one is comfortable for you, you can bring your hands down towards your heels or bring your elbows in. We're going to press into the feet, lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Allow your shoulders to come into the mat. Release any tension on your neck. Unclench your jaw. Press into your feet. Lift your hips up just a little bit higher. If you'd like, you can interlace your fingers, stacking your shoulders, lifting your body up just a little bit more. And as an extra bonus, if you'd like to take your right knee up towards the sky, press your foot. You're going to flex your toes back toward your body. Take your foot down. We're going to take the left up, hug the knee in, pressing the left foot up towards the sky. Can keep the lift in the glutes and the lift in the hip. And when you're ready, bend the knee, lower the foot back down, release the hands if they're interlaced. Come back down, hug your knees into your chest. Give it a rock from left to right. Allow your body to get nice and soft. We're going to take our hands out to a T. Let your knees fall over to one side. Supine twist on our right or your left, whichever side. Turn your gaze away from your knees. Let your body come down. We're slowing down the heart rate. Take one more full, deep cycle of breath. Keeping your knees together as much as possible, bring it up and over to the opposite side. Again, allow your hips to relax. Take your gaze away from your knees. Let your body come to some softness. Even letting your fingers get nice and soft. Take one deep, full cycle of breath. And on your next inhale, bring your knees up and back into the center. Hug it in towards your chest. Give it a rock from left to right. And when you're ready, we're going to release our right leg down and then our left. Bring your arms up overhead. Feel a stretch. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. And when you're ready, we're going to bring our arms down by our side. We're letting our body come to stillness. We're coming back to the breath, back to the present, letting our shoulders surrender into the mat, unclenching our jaw, releasing the tension on our spine, letting our fingertips get nice and soft. Allow your hips to surrender down. Knees, ankles, and toes are relaxed on the mat. With every exhale, let your body surrender just a little bit more. Here's where you're coming, and let the practice just flow over you. Allowing your body to come back to the breath, the rise and fall of your chest. We're getting ourselves ready for our day. We set our intention for our day, how we want things to go. We mentally step through our day. We set that intention for happiness and a good day. Continue to breathe. Maybe even taking a gentle smile on your face, knowing that you're going to have a great day, no matter the circumstance. We're going to take 2 more breaths of silence. And when you're ready, invite movement back into the body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Hug your knees into your chest one last time for our practice today. Gently rolling over to one side. Cradle your head if you need to. And when you're ready, using your top hand to push yourself up to any comfortable seat. Coming to an easy pose. Take your hands to heart center. I want you to thank yourself for waking up and committing to your practice. Thank your body for showing up and committing to you. I thank you for allowing me to share my practice with you. I wish you a great day. Take this energy with you off the mat and on to the rest of your day and share it with others. I hope to see you in the next class. Namaste. Thank you so much for being a part of the class. So thankful to have you. And I will see you in the next video. Please feel free to share this video if you got comfort and enjoyment out of it. I do this for you. I hope to definitely leave me some feedback in the chat because I read and reply to all of the comments. And I thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your journey. I can't wait to see you next week. Have a good one.